Alright, for this video I just want to talk about the positions 1, 2, and 3 on the top of the Sony a7R III. Memory recall positions, you can set a lot of different functions to those buttons, 1, 2, and 3. Different focus modes, different file quality, whether it's JPEG or RAW. Lots of different things. And I normally don't use that, but there's a feature on the Fuji X-T2, the auto ISO settings, that I really love. They give you 3 different presets for the auto ISO. So what I usually do is set the first preset, and also have it assigned to a button, like the lower button here. I'll just press that, and then I get into the auto ISO settings, where I can change it from the auto ISO preset that has like 400 as the maximum ISO, and the next one would be like maximum of 1600, then the next one would be maximum of 3200 or 6400, whatever I might need. So in order to quickly do that, since I don't normally use these up here anyway, and like I said, they can be used for a lot more than what I'm using them for, but what I'm going to do is basically just use those to somewhat emulate what I'm doing on the X-T2, to change the auto ISO real quick. And the reason for that is, maybe I'm outside, I'm on vacation or whatever, so I'm outside, and bright light, really wouldn't want it to ever go over 400 there if I get into a faster shutter speed situation and I wanted it to go up to 400, but wouldn't really want it to go any higher than that. Or I could just turn off auto ISO, have position 1 to be auto ISO off, position 2 like maybe up to 1600, and 3 would be up to 6400 or whatever. So make sure you're in the position you want to be in, because it'll remember all of this stuff, whether you're in P mode, A, aperture, shutter speed, manual. So get into the mode you want to be in first, and have all of your settings in the menu set up the way you want it. And then on the camera menu, number 1, page 3, it's the menu option here, or the memory option. So press that, and you'll see you have options, 1 and 2 and 3 up here on the top. So again, I'm using, everything is exactly the same except for the auto ISO limit. So position 1, I think I have 400, or so ISO 400 is my ISO limit, upper limit, 100 is the lower limit, and I think I had 30th of a second set as the lower, the minimum shutter speed before it starts to increase the auto ISO. So go into the menu, and you go to the memory. It's not the recall, that's a different set of options there. So it's the memory, and then you just select which one you want it on. So in this case, number 1, click OK. Now it's registered there. And I've already got all 3 of them set up. So now when I switch this into 1, 2, or 3, so when I switch it, so there's position 1, and you can scroll down. The only thing is, I don't think it shows you the actual ISO limit in here, but it does show you page after page of all the settings that it remembers, when you have it stored on either 1, 2, or 3. That's why it's important to get all that set up the way you want it first, and then save it to 1, 2, or 3, and then you can go back and just, in my case, I'm just changing the auto ISO upper limit. So that's the only thing I would change. So now I'm at ISO maximum of 400, but it's kind of brighter out right now, so it's only going up to 320. Let's switch it over to 2 on the dial. And again, in my case, it's going to be the exact same thing, and it's going to be, actually, what? Look at that. See, exposure compensation. I've got plus 0.3, so I'm going to have to go back and change that. So I must have had one of my settings off when I saved it. So let's see what number 3 is. 3 has got a plus 3, or 0.3. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have to go back and change that. So that's what I was saying. Make sure you get that everything set the way you want it before you start saving it to those options 1, 2, and 3 up here. So that's really it. But like I said, that's how I'm using it, just to quickly adjust the ISO, the auto ISO upper limit. So like I said, I might have that one either 100, with auto ISO off, or I may have it auto ISO with 400. Number 2 might be upper limit of 1600, and 3 might be upper limit of 32 or 6400. But So that's it. Hopefully that was useful for you, but you know, just wanted to go over that real quick. All right, thank you.